A very good morning to all of you. So in the last class we were discussing about the adsorption and what is the mechanism of adsorption, what is the spontaneity of the reaction, and what is the main difference between adsorption and absorption, and what is positive and negative adsorption. We have already covered this topic. Now next is the factors affecting adsorption. So the very first factor is nature of adsorbate or nature of adsorbent. Okay, so firstly we will discuss about the nature of adsorbent. Okay, so adsorbent is the surface on which a gas is getting adsorbed. Okay, so if we have a gas, okay, it will adsorb. The rate of adsorption of this gas is different on different surfaces. Okay, so actually the rate of adsorption is directly proportional to rate of adsorption is directly proportional to the rate of adsorption is directly proportional to the surface area of the adsorbent. Surface area of adsorbent. Okay, so larger the surface area, more will be the gases getting will get absorbed. Okay, now uh, as we all know, silica gel and charcoal charcoal have porous structure. Okay, they have porous structure, so that is why their surface area is very large. Okay, that is why their surface area is very large, and the rate of adsorption is very high. So these are the two main examples. Okay, so larger the surface area, more will be the rate of adsorption. Okay, so this is the first factor, the nature of absorbent. Okay, now the second factor is nature of the gas which is getting adsorbed. Okay, if we are dealing with occlusion, we are dealing with the adsorption of gases, then we have to discuss about the nature of the gas. So the nature of the gas affects the rate of adsorption. Okay, so the rate of adsorption is directly proportional to the critical temperature of the gas. Okay, so this is a very important factor, critical temperature of the gas. Now firstly we should know what is critical temperature. So actually critical temperature is the temperature above which no gas can be liquefied, however high pressure may be applied. Okay, so it is the temperature above which no gas can be liquefied, however high pressure may be applied. For example, for a particular gas, the value of critical temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, so if that gas is at 16 degrees Celsius, then it cannot be liquefied. Okay, because its critical temperature is 15, but the temperature at which the gas is 16. Okay, so that is why um, we have to take the temperature below 15 degrees Celsius in order to convert it into liquid. Okay, so as the critical temperature increases for a gas, for example, we have two gases. Okay, gas A have critical temperature of 15 and gas B have critical temperature of 25. So which can be easily liquefied. This gas can be easily liquefied because it can be liquefied at 20 degrees Celsius also, but it cannot be liquefied. Gas A cannot be liquefied. Okay, is not able to liquefy. Okay, so higher the critical temperature, more will be the ease of liquefaction, and then more will be the intermolecular forces, and uh, if the intermolecular forces are high, then more the gas will get adsorbed. Okay, so that is why uh, this is the main criteria. Okay, so this is the actual reason why this critical temperature increases the rate of adsorption. So you can write in your own words. Okay, so that as the critical temperature increases, the rate of liquefaction increase, and the intermolecular forces will also increase, and the rate of adsorption will increase because more gases uh, are getting adsorbed. Okay, so this is the second factor. Now the third factor is Third factor is temperature, okay, which we have already discussed. Temperature. Third factor is temperature. As we all know, adsorption is an exothermic process. So according to Le-Chatelier principle, as we increase the temperature, the rate of adsorption will decrease. So rate of adsorption is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay, higher the temperature, lower will be the rate of adsorption. Is it clear? Because adsorption is an endothermic process, delta H is negative. Okay. Now next is fourth one, pressure. Fourth factor is pressure. So rate of adsorption is, it was founded that rate of adsorption is inversely is directly proportional to pressure. As the pressure increases, the rate of adsorption will also increase, but at high pressure the rate will become independent of the pressure. Okay, we will discuss this topic after some time. Okay, uh, that is Friedrich isotherm. Okay, Friedrich isotherm. Okay, and the fifth factor is activation. Okay, fifth factor is activation. Is a very important factor. Activation of the surface. Okay, activation of the surface. So how activation takes place? Okay, we are just doing something so that uh, the rate of adsorption will increase. So the surface is getting activated. For example, if we want to do adsorption on any surface like this, okay, this is the surface. So in some cases there are some gases which are already present on the surface. Okay, there are some gases which are already present on the surface. So firstly we have to remove those gases. Okay, and that is why we are activating the surface for the new gases to be getting adsorbed. Okay, so this is known as activation of the surface. Okay, this is the first method. Okay, by removing the gases which are already present on the surface, okay, we can easily activate the surface. Okay, this is the first type, by removing the gases which are already present. By removing the gases which are already present. Okay, which are already present on the surface. The second factor is, by we can easily activate the surface by making the surface more porous. Okay, by increasing its surface area. So this can be possible by electroplating of metals. Okay, we can easily make the surface more porous. Okay, by electroplating. So this is the second factor, by making the surface more porous. The third factor is by subdividing the surface. Okay, by subdividing the by dividing the surface. Okay, by subdividing the surface. Now this third factor has some limitation also. Uh, if the surface become powder, okay, if it become powder, then the gas cannot be easily absorbed. Okay, okay, it will not even penetrate, it will not stick to the surface. So that is why uh, this is a major limitation. So, okay, so we have to make the surface not so much powdered. Okay, so a medium. Okay, we have to take the intermediate. So these are the five factors, okay, which you should keep in your mind. Okay, so the first factor is the nature of the adsorbent. The second factor is the nature of the the first factor is the nature of the adsorbent. The second factor is the nature of the adsorbate, that is gas. Okay, the next factor is temperature. Fourth factor is pressure, and the last factor is activation of the surface. Okay, now there are two types of adsorption. Okay, two types of adsorption we have. types of adsorption. Okay, the first type is physisorption. Okay, we will discuss the difference between the two factors. Okay, physiosorption. Okay, physiosorption, and the second one is chemisorption. Okay, the second is chemisorption. So we will discuss 6 or 7 points of differences. Okay, so the first is physisorption जो है the nature of the bonding. Okay, the nature of the bonding between the adsorbate and the adsorbent is similar to the van der Waals forces. Okay, so the nature of bonding, the first factor is nature of bonding. Okay, so the nature of bonding is the nature of bonding, or the nature or the intermolecular forces. Okay, we can also write the intermolecular forces. The intermolecular forces are similar to van der Waals forces. The intermolecular forces are similar to van der Waals forces. Okay, and in chemisorption, the intermolecular forces are similar to the chemical bonds. Okay, so in this case, uh, in this case, chemical formation of chemical bond takes place. Formation of chemical bond takes place. Okay, okay, that may be that is either covalent bond or chemical bond. Okay, कोई भी हो सकता है, covalent bond or ionic bond. This is the first point of difference. Now the second point, as we all know that van der Waals forces are so weak. Okay, but chemical bonds are stronger. So in this case, low heat of adsorption, that is nearly 30 to 40 kilojoule per mole. Okay, but in this case, high heat of adsorption, okay, that is from 40 to 400 kilojoule. Okay, now there is no chemical bond formation takes place, so there is no need of activation energy. Okay, no activation energy is required. Energy is required. Okay, this is the third point. Activation energy is required because chemical bond is formed. So we have to supply some activation energy. This is the third point. Now fourth point is it is non-specific in nature. Okay, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी एक जो गैस है वो किसी एक ही adsorbent पे adsorb होगी. It can adsorb on any the gas. The adsorption which is physisorption, which is following physisorption, can easily adsorb on any surface, but it is specific in nature. Chemisorption is specific in nature. Okay, because chemical bond is formed. Okay, so if there is a chances of chemical bond formation, then it will takes place. Okay, if there is no chances, then chemisorption will not takes place. Okay, that is why it is specific in nature. Okay. Next point is it is multi-layered. It is multi-layered and it is unilayered. Unilayered. Okay. Now, what is this multi-layered and unilayered? Okay. So, uh, actually, physics option, as we all know, van der Waals forces are the main intermolecular forces, but in chemis option, chemical bond is the uh, main intermolecular forces. So, for example, we have this surface. Firstly, first molecule will get absorbed on surface, and then the second molecule can also absorb. Okay, because there is some van der Waals forces responsible. But in case of chemis option, only a single layer is found because chemical bond formation takes place between the surface and the gas molecule only. Okay, there will be no chemical bond formed between the two molecules. जो केमिकल बॉन्ड बनने की टेंडेंसी है वो सिर्फ सरफेस की मॉलिक्यूल के साथ है, ना कि मॉलिक्यूल के साथ. ओके, दैट इज व्हाई केमिस ऑप्शन इज यूनिलेयर्ड, नॉट मल्टीलेयर्ड. इज इट क्लियर नाउ? व्हाट इज द मेन रोल ऑफ what is the main reason, okay, that chemis option is not multi-layered. Now, sixth point of difference is temperature. This is a very important point. Okay, this is a very important point. The seventh point. Okay, so seventh point is temperature. Sorry, the sixth point is temperature. Now, physics option always decreased with temperature. Okay, so physics option decrease with the temperature. Okay, I'm writing over here decrease. It decrease with temperature. Its rate decrease with temperature. Okay, and in chemis option, rate first increased, and then decrease, similar to that in physics option, and then decrease, then start decreasing. Now, why it first increase? Okay, so decrease का तो समझ आता है, because we all know that the process is exothermic. Okay, so the graph is like this. At constant pressure, the rate of, actually the extent of adsorption is denoted by x by m. X by m means the mass of gas or the amount of gas. This x by m is amount of gas adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent. Amount of gas adsorbed per gram of adsorbent. Okay, so the graph will be like this. This is our temperature and this is x by m. Now the graph for this is, because in chemis option we want some activation energy because chemical bond formation takes place. So in the starting no heat is released, but we have to supply some energy for making the chemical bond. So that is why firstly the rate will increase. Okay, with increase in temperature. Okay, then it start decreasing. Okay, then the graph is similar to that of uh, physics option. Okay, this is the graph for chemis option. Okay, this is the graph for chemis option. Okay, next we have next point is seventh point. So seventh point is surface area. Both will increase as the surface area will increase. And eighth point is pressure. As the pressure increases, okay, so the rate of physics option as well as chemis option will also increase. Okay, one more point of difference is the physics option depends upon the liquefaction of gases. Okay, we have already discussed the critical temperature factor. So the physics option depends upon the critical temperature, but chemis option will not depend upon the liquefaction of gases. Okay, So these are some of the 8 or 9 points you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so there are I think 6 or 7 points are enough. Okay, you have to keep in your mind these 6 or 7 points. Okay, now let us discuss the effect of pressure. Okay, so the effect of pressure is given by graphically by a scientist known as which is named as Friedrich uh, Friedrich isotherm. Okay, Friedrich isotherm. This is a very important graph, and Friedrich absorption isotherm. So isotherm means we are dealing with a constant temperature. Okay, so the temperature is constant. It means isotherm means the delta T is 0. Okay, isothermal process is taking place. So now Friendly's adsorption isotherm is that the extent of, according to this extent of, okay, this is the extent of adsorption. We express it as x by m, extent of adsorption. Okay, now what is this extent of adsorption? Actually, x by m is amount of gas adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent. Okay, is directly proportional to pressure. Okay, it was founded that uh, as we increase the pressure of the system, the rate of adsorption will increase. Okay, but the increase in the rate is low at high temperatures. Okay, if we take high temperature and then we increase the pressure, the rate is not so much increased. Okay, but at low temperatures the rate is highly increased. Okay, it will increase by increasing the pressure, and after some time the rate will become independent of the pressure. Okay, so the graph is like this. Here we have pressure and here we have x by m. So the graph will be like this. Okay, at high pressure the extent of adsorption become constant. Okay, it will become independent of pressure. Okay, so the equation is given by x by m t ki power 1 by n, where the value of n 1 by n is from 0 to 1. Okay, the value of 1 by n is from 0 to 1. Now this is valid only at low pressure. Okay, now at high pressure this will become independent. The rate of extent of adsorption will become independent of pressure. Now take the log, for example, firstly remove this proportionality sign by adding constant. Now take logarithm. So log x by m is equal to log k p की power 1 by n. Now log m into n, so log m plus log n plus log n, and here we log m की power n, which is equal to 1 by n log p. Okay, so this is the integral form of this isotherm. Now if we draw a graph between log x by m along y axis and log p along x axis, then uh, uh, compare it with the general form, that is y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, compare it with the equation of a line. So m is the slope. So if we compare, then this 1 by n will be the slope. Okay, and this will be the log k will be the y intercept. Okay, log k will be the y intercept, and the graph will be like this. The graph will be, we are drawing a graph between y and y is our log x by m, and x is log p. Okay, I'm drawing it. I think the board is not visible. Okay, now I think there is no issue now. So log x by m and log p. So log k is the y-intercept. For example, this is the y-intercept. Okay, so we are taking this as the log k. So this is log k, and this will be the straight line. Okay, and the slope is m is log 1 by n. This will be the slope. Okay, so just uh, by finding the value of m, we can easily calculate the value of n. Okay, okay, so this is the graph uh, of between log x by m and log p. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression. Okay, which we can also use for numerical, but numericals are not asked. Okay, on this uh, on this equation. Okay, so this is all about the adsorption. Okay, what is adsorption, what are the factors affecting adsorption. Okay, so now what are the advantages, what are the different applications of adsorption. We will discuss 4 or 5 applications also. The first application is in making vacuum containers. Okay, in making any vacuum container we use this adsorption phenomena. Okay, in make applications of adsorption. So the first application is in making vacuum containers. Okay, in making vacuum containers or to preserve the vacuums. Okay, how can we preserve? For example, if we want to make a vessel vacuum. Okay, so we add charcoal. Okay, at the ends of that of that vessel, because if some gases, if any gas from the air want to enter, okay, it is getting absorbed by the charcoal. Okay, तो charcoal क्या करेगी, उसको absorb कर लेगी and it will preserve the vacuum. Okay, तो जो vacuum अंदर बना हुआ है it will remain preserved. Okay, because the gases which are trying to enter into the vacuum is getting absorbed by the charcoal, which we have already placed at the ends. Okay, at the ends of the container in which we have created the vacuum. Okay, जिसमें हमने vacuum create किया हुआ है, उसके ends पे हम क्या करेंगे, charcoals लगा देते हैं. Now next is making in gas mask. Okay, तो gas mask वगैरह में भी इसका बहुत यूज होता है. As we all know that there are a lot of poisonous gases around us. Okay, so in gas mask in hospitals also, or in some other institutes, charcoal or some other absorbing agents are used. Okay, in gases, so that they will absorb all the poisonous gases, okay, present in the air, and they will filter the whole oxygen. Okay, so they will filter the oxygen, and the oxygen will become purified. Okay, with the help of this adsorption. Okay, so this is the second application. The third application is decolorizing the sugar. Okay, so by the absorption of water, the sugar gets some color. It will become yellow. Okay, and if we place this sugar in contact with charcoal, the charcoal will absorb all the color, and the sugar will become again white. Okay, so that is why this is the third application. तो adsorption देखो हर एक जगह यूज हो रहा है. ठीक है. Next, as a humidizer. ठीक है, as a humidizer in labs. Okay, so I have already discussed this point that we when we freshly prepared any precipitate, it contains some amount of water vapors. Okay, in order to make that precipitate or the compound which we have formed uh, dry, in if we want to make them dry, then we place it in a instrument known as desiccator. Okay, desiccator. So desiccator contains some okay, my writing is desiccator. Okay, so we place the precipitates, okay, on a filter paper, and then put it into a desiccator, and this desiccator contains charcoals. Okay, so this desiccator contains charcoal, and we can easily that can easily absorb all the water vapors. Okay, so this is the fourth application. Fifth application is a very known process, that is froth flotation process. Froth flotation process. So 5 applications are quite enough. Froth flotation process, and one more application we will discuss in catalysis. ओके, तो कैटालिसिस में एड्सॉर्प्शन का बहुत ज्यादा यूज है, एड्सॉर्प्शन का भी और एब्जॉर्प्शन का भी, ठीक है, बिकॉज कैटलिस्ट के ऊपर जो रिएक्टेंट आते हैं दे विल गेट एड्सॉर्ब्ड फर्स्ट, ओके, एंड देन द प्रोडक्ट विच इज फॉर्म्ड इज गेटिंग डीसॉर्ब्ड. तो दोनों प्रोसेसेस यूज होंगे हमारे पास. ओके, फ्रोथ फ्लोटेशन प्रोसेस क्या होती है? इट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ getting ore. Okay, it is the process of purifying the ore, uh, the sulfide ore. Okay, in order to remove the gangue particles. Gangue particles are the impurities which are already present with the metal ore. So हम क्या करते हैं, उसमें एक बड़ा सारा टैंक लेते हैं and then place put the metal ore, the sulfide ore, for example we have ZNS. Okay, and we add some pine oil. Okay, then and water also, and we also have a stirrer over here, a large stirrer. So this will by rotating this stirrer there is a froth form. Okay, तो एक froth बन जाता है यहाँ पे, ठीक है, froth बन जाता है. So the gangue particles क्या करते हैं? Gangue particles will get mixed with water और वो नीचे settle हो जाते हैं, and this metal ore will form a froth. Okay, will form a froth, or it is also known as scum. Okay, they will also it is also known as a scum. This actually sulfide ores are the main application or the main principle behind this process is that the sulfides ore are easily soluble in oil, and the gangue particles are soluble in it is soluble in water. So that is why gangue particles soluble in water will settle down, and this sulfide ore make froth with the oil. Okay, so this sulfide ore, the main principle is that this sulfide ore are getting absorbed on this oil. ओके, तो ये सल्फाइड और एड्सॉर्प्शन शो करते हैं. सो दिस इज द मेजर एप्लीकेशन of adsorption in froth flotation process. Okay, so there are some more applications like in catalysis which I have already told you. We will discuss them later in catalysis part. Okay, so I think this much is quite enough for the adsorption part. Okay, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the catalysis. Okay, I hope you found this lecture very helpful, and thank you so much for watching the lecture.